Dark Wolf 82 here to bring you another video on The Walking Dead Season 9. So there was a piece of a screenshot that was taken out of the opening credits for The Walking Dead Season 9. What does it all mean? What does it stand for? So let's go ahead and let's dissect this theory down. And here we go. The screenshot is of pikes with heads on them. Okay, what does it all mean? What is it standing for? Well, here's my theory. The theory is that the pikes, the heads, the whispers. So now the whispers are here. Now, I honestly can't wait until I see the whispers in action. I can't wait to see what they bring to the table. So the whole thing with it is, the whispers have their boundaries, okay? They have their boundaries set. It's already ready for whoever crosses that boundary. So now, how do they make their boundary and what does it mean? Well, I'm going to explain that. In the comics, they have a whole line of pikes, heads on pikes, okay? So it means that they set their boundary, and that boundary means whoever crosses it, that is a warning. That is a warning to anyone who crosses it. Anybody that crosses it, well, they get their warning, okay? Their warning is death, okay? So, in the comics, they mention that, you know, anybody that does not cross this boundary, we won't have no problems. So, now they have it all set. Those boundaries are already set. They're already laid down on the table. Now, whoever crosses that goes for the Saviors, that goes for Alexandria, that goes for Oceanside, that goes for Hilltop, that goes for the Kingdom. Now, here's the thing. This is my theory on it, okay? Now, I already know that means the whispers are here. Now, with that said and done, because their boundaries are already set in place, now they're going to give their warning. I think that in my last video with Justin, this is final warning, okay? A lot of people say that was from Oceanside. I'm not quite sure. I have a feeling that is still from the whispers. Now going to this, that screenshot of the picture that has heads with pikes on it. The whole thing with that is, now, two people are probably getting very close to their demise. It is Rosita Espinosa, and there's King Ezekiel. So here's my theory on it. With that screenshot and that photo being taken, okay, and it's already out there that, you know, with the pikes, with the heads, my theory is someone is going to go this season. Now, I have a theory of that means, and that stands for Ezekiel's demise. His demise is coming very quickly. With his demise coming, that just shows that Carol is going to want it running to Daryl, okay? She's going to need somebody to lean on. She's got to have somebody to rely on. That's going to be Daryl. Now, with those pikes with heads on it, it was very interesting because it had maybe about, let's see, probably about maybe 5-6 heads on there, okay? Not quite sure of how many, but that's what I'm thinking about, 5 or 6 heads with the pikes. So, What is that saying? That is saying that King Ezekiel's demise is getting close, very close, and it's getting very, very near. Okay? So my theory also with this is that I'm thinking that they are getting close to, finding and seeking out the whispers somehow. Okay? They're going to wind up running into the whispers. The battle is going to begin. Now, this is just the beginning that we see of the whispers, okay? There's certain hints to the whispers, okay? But I feel that they are going to run into one of the whispers. Maybe more. Who knows? Like I said with my last video, that in I think episode 2 or 3, that they were pushing that wagon, okay, and they hear, okay, they hear something saying time, okay. Going back to that, that means that is a whisper. The whispers are there. They're already there. And the whispers are here. Now, by hearing time and then hearing where are they, they're already there. They're already surrounding. Now, with the whispers being there and going back to my last previous video of the walkie-talkie and hearing that deep voice, with that being beta, okay, so hearing that voice and then hearing the word time coming from one of the walkers. So basically, we know that walkers can't talk. So we know that it's a whisper. So that is hinting time. But time for what? Time for what? I believe that it's saying maybe time is near. Or maybe they're trying to refer it to Ezekiel. Okay. Now I've heard in other videos that it says something about, time to die Rick or something like that. But here's my theory with this. Maybe they're saying time is near when they see Ezekiel. Okay. And this is when they're pushing the wagon. But later on in the trailer, when it first came out, we hear them say, where are they? Are they talking about Rosita and Eugene? So with that picture with the heads on pikes, I have a feeling that is the theory of Rosita Espinosa and Ezekiel. Ezekiel's demise is already coming up very quickly. It is coming up very quickly, but Rosita's is coming up too. So their demise is coming, and their storylines are close to being over with. So when that happens, due to King Ezekiel and having his head on a pike, same thing with Rosita. When they have their heads on pikes, Rick is gone. This is my whole thing on this. That it's Rick is gone already. But who's going to wind up putting Ezekiel and Rosita down when their heads are on pikes? Because they're going to be walkers. They're going to be walkers. Who's going to be the ones to put them down? Carl won't do it because he's not there. He's gone. At this time, I feel like Rick's gone. Rick's gone. Who's going to put them down? There can be 2 people, maybe another, okay, that will put them down. I know that King Ezekiel, well, it might be Carol. Okay, now, putting down Rosita could be Daryl. Now, another part of this theory is that what if Daryl and Michonne come back from the Ark War, and later on they see all these heads? What if they see all these heads, but they wind up putting them down? Okay, now I know that they are going to probably see Rosita and Ezekiel's head on the pikes. If that happens, who's going to put Ezekiel down? Who's going to put Rosita down? I feel that Daryl's going to put Ezekiel down, and Michonne will probably put Rosita down. This theory gets very, very weird at times, okay? This is a theory that I am very, very most anxious to see on the show. So, who is going to have their head on a pike first before the other? I feel Ezekiel will be the first one to go. His demise is already coming very close. But that boundary, now remember, if Michonne and Daryl are the ones to see that boundary, I will guarantee you they will not cross it. They will not cross it. But they will put them down. They will put the heads of Rosita and Ezekiel down. I think that Daryl is very smart on not crossing things. He's very smart. He's very intelligent. He is very, very swift. Okay? He's not dumb. He's very smart in the head. He knows. He knows what to cross, what not to cross. But if somebody else, Alexandrians, Oceanside, Saviors, Hilltop, what's gonna stop anybody from those groups to cross that boundary, and what's gonna stop the Whisperers from killing them and putting their heads on pikes? What is it going to take for Alexandrians or the Oceanside or the Saviors or the Hilltoppers? And Kingdomers, there's still Kingdomers that are still alive. You have Jerry, you still have Abiola, I think her name is. There's still some left. But what's going to stop the Whisperers from stopping anybody from those communities from crossing their territory? They're like a pack of wolves. They will kill. They will kill, and then their heads will go on a pike. The whole thing with this is that they have that boundary set. They have it set. That is a warning to anybody who crosses that boundary. Now, if anybody from any of those groups or from those communities that cannot understand what that boundary is, their heads are going to be on pikes. That's all that's going to be said about it. Because what the Whisperers do, they will kill and they will ask questions later. That is what they're about. They don't play with other communities. That's not what they're about. They're about that whoever crosses their territory, because that is forbidden territory to anybody. So if it's considered as forbidden territory and somebody crosses that, their heads are completely on a pike. They will kill. And then that's another part of their collection to set more of their boundary. How much of their boundary do they have to keep on explaining, and how many people do they have to kill to get it through everybody's heads to make them realize that you don't cross this boundary, we're not going to have any problems. But if you cross that boundary, you're done. See, I feel that, because on these pikes, okay, there are Alexandrians, there are Saviors, okay. It's crazy. It is crazy. But that is what they do to set their warnings. That is what they do to set their boundaries. To make people understand you cross this boundary and that is it for you. You don't cross this boundary, we won't have any problems. That is what they're expecting. Do not cross their territory or that is it. A lot of this, I'm not quite sure if the saviors are going to understand it. It's like I said, the A and B, maybe they're looking for leaders. Negan is still considered a leader with his part of the saviors. Rick is considered as a leader for his part of the saviors and the Alexandrians. Maggie is a leader of the Hilltop. Carol is a leader of that part of the saviors. If you guys like this video, please throw it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel. It would really help my channel out. You can find me on Twitter, on Instagram, and of course on here on YouTube. Yeah, put your thoughts, your opinions, and your theories down in the comments section down below. And I'd like to see what you guys have to say about this. What do you guys think about this whole thing? And please, give me like some theories in detail on what you guys think about this whole thing. Because I want to hear some amazing theories from you guys. And check out at God's Girl podcasts. She does awesome with her stuff. Her videos are amazing. They're fantastic. Please subscribe to her. It would really mean a lot to her. To help her channel grow and all that. So yeah, check her up and subscribe to her, give her a thumbs up, and leave your comments down in the comment section for her as well, and let her know what you think of her videos. I think they're amazing and they're wonderful. So God's Girl Podcast. Stay awesome always and keep on rocking. Keep on rocking, you guys, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.